You know, like really fucking crazy, man. For for instance, here's the deal. If a person tells you something and the word of God is contrary to what they say, why would you believe that person? Now, the church, the organization that poses itself as a church, the thing that's in four walls, it will have you to believe that the tithe is still necessary. The tithe is still part of what to do as a servant of the Most High God. But can't show you one place in the New Testament where it says you need to do it. Haha. Here we go. The hating from the start. Watch it. I think I said something. There's nowhere in the Bible within the New Testament that says you have to die. In fact, to the contrary, it says that we no longer live under that law. We live under the law of grace and mercy, which means we're allowed to make mistakes. We're allowed to fuck up. We're allowed to misbehave. As long as you learn your lesson and change, you know. Let's talk about let's change gears right quick, yeah, cause the church, that building, that organization that calls itself the church is not the church. It's a money hungry beast. So let's move on. They're also very controlling. Yeah. How can you put a bridle on the word of God? How can you tell a man that has been chosen by God to speak his word to the people, to his church, the people? How can you tell that man, you have to go through us to preach anywhere? No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. It's not working. Believe that. Because here I am, talking at you right now about the real deal. You know what I'm saying? The tithe, there's one more thing about the tithe. The tithe is what we consider nowadays tax. That's what the church is doing, is taxing the United States government. Take a piece of everything that you get and put it into this big old pile. And guess who gets paid? The United States. The military. All these budgets that you're hearing about, Congress shutting down, that's all about our money, our tax money. Guess what the church doing? The same thing. They getting your money and using it to pay the bills of the church. Just like the United States is taking your money and using it to pay the bills of the United States. Sound familiar? Bet it. Let me tell you something, man. Don't get caught in the okie doke. You know what I'm saying? People gonna say I'm crazy. People gonna say I'm a sinner. People gonna say I'm the devil. But I'm not. I'm just a man that's telling you the truth. That's all. And again, if you don't want to hear what I got to say, guess what? Keep it moving, motherfucker. Yeah, now that was bad. Right? No. Let's talk about the cursing thing. You know, people think that saying shit or ass or even fuck is cursing somebody. And you might be in the terms used in today's world. You may be cursing somebody out with the understanding that you just really said something to a person. But see, that's what I'm saying. They take away from the truth of it, just like they took away from Adam and Eve and made it all about a tree and a piece of fruit when it was all about sex. They found out what sex is, and they recreated themselves. That's what it was all about, sex. Yeah. And cursing, they done the same thing. Yeah, cursing ain't about using cuss words like fucking shit. It's about witchcraft. It's about putting hexes on people. Oh, wait a minute. What? That boy say something. Oh man, ain't such thing as no witchcraft and all of this different type of what rigmarole, dude. Cut it out. Now you show us Satan talking about that. Okay, well, if I'm of Satan talking about that, guess what? The Bible is of Satan talking about that, because the Bible clearly speaks of witchcraft and wizards. But the church ain't gonna tell you about that neither. Guess why? Because right now, they're performing one on you. They're shaping your mind to believe what they believe. And what they believe is not real. It don't line up. It might sound good, but that's why it's such a puzzle. Sermons are such a puzzle. You got to move and groove and shake and make a person see things your way. I don't want to see it your way. I want to see it God's way. You feel me? That's what's up. I'm just saying. Why do I have to understand things the way you understand things? Why can't I understand God? God said it's me and him. Me and you. That's what God told me. You are my church. Is your church ready? Huh? I'm clear. Mine ready. Mine's ready. Not a spot or a blemish or a wrinkle on it. Huh? What you say? Oh, yeah, I got plenty of scraps and scratches and sins on me. But guess what? God got that part. Jesus got that part. You know. Let me tell you something, people, and this the real deal right here. And I'm gonna let y'all boys in on a little secret. For generations, from slavery and all of that stuff, you know, your mind has been set to a certain tempo, let's say. Okay? And when the tempo is erratically erupted, a lot of things happen to you. Fear, not knowing, misunderstanding. And I just want y'all to know that my brother came to me with this verse and told me about this organization that was in these four walls that was selling God. He told me about it. Couldn't tell me nothing about God. Then my grandma took me to church. Nigga, church is right. No, that building is not right. I'm sorry. I said it. I did. You can't prove it to me. It's my belief. It's what I believe. The things that are going on in that building, it may not get you to hell, but it sure way helping you get to heaven. Promise you. Everything I learned in the church, I had to relearn on my own with God. Because if you ask God, and God shows you the truth right in front of your eyes and you deny, it's not a promise that he'll show you a second time. He'll accept you a second time, but he might not show you his word like it's supposed to be understood. So I'm going to preach his word like I understand his word, and I'm going to give it to you like God gave it to Moses. 100% truth. No sugarcoating, no faking the fraud. And I ain't asking you for a dime. I seen a woman walking around. She was going to church. I think it was Easter Sunday. She had a big hat on and the heels and red bottoms and this dress that, oh man, had all these sequence type things and Looked like it was bedazzled, a big pearl necklace around her neck. I mean, this woman was stunning. Heard at the church on Easter Sunday, and she had a bracelet on her arm that say, "What would Jesus do?" Oh, wait a minute. And I looked at her. Woo! And I thought about the word. And I was like, wait. First of all, Jesus would not be dressed like that. The Pharisees, the Sadducees, and all the scribes, and all, they would be dressed like that. And then I think about this woman going in this church, and I think about this minister standing up on this pulpit in this beautiful robe, and he could do this long prayer, this long, eloquent, beautiful prayer, and all the people like, oh Lord, yes, yes, yes. And I think about what God told me about what these people do. Stand on corners and pray long, beautiful prayers in their beautiful robes. Oh, what would Jesus do? Oh my God. This the real deep shit right here now. You feel it? What would Jesus do? Ask yourself. If you know your word, you remember what Jesus was when he walked the earth, right? He was with the poor folks. He was in the hood. He was in the ghetto. He was in the slums. He wasn't with the rich folks. He wasn't with the folks that go to church on Easter Sunday all dressed up and pretty. He wasn't that guy. He went looking for souls that wanted to be saved, that needed to be saved. The people in that four walls don't care nothing about being saved. They care about stature, money, earthly things, truth. Because if you tell a person that you got to pay your tithes so the church can pay their bills, they take it away from God by taking away from what you could have done with that money. To help someone not maintain an organization. Help me, Lord. You know, but you ain't gonna want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear it. But if you open your book and get all that mumble jumble from the preachers and the evangelists and all of these fine dressed peoples in the Vatican, and if you get all of that out your head and you say a sincere prayer to God, a sincere prayer, and you ask him to open your eyes, and this I guarantee, he will allow you to see the word that's in the Bible completely different. How can you tell me that Abraham was asked to kill his son, but a woman in 2020 said, God told me to offer up my daughter as a sacrifice, and say it's different? How? God has always been God, and God does what God wants to do. You don't understand. The church so ready to tell people they wrong, man. They brainwashed. And they brainwashed you into believing the same thing. The good old Columbus story. I discovered a land where people already lived. Whoa. Seemed like all was input in us through slavery. You know, the truth was hidden about everything. Even about God. First place you reached out for and got a Bible from was the slave owner. Whew, how can you live with that? Okay, y'all, that's my time. I'm out of here. Say, real nigga radio, where real niggas talk about real shit, and bitch niggas do what bitch niggas do, cause hey, that's just what bitch niggas do. So I'm gonna hit y'all back in a minute with a little bit more on a little bit different subject. I'm still here, I'm still doing my thing, and I just want you to know, baby, I ain't got nothing but love for you. Haters, keep it moving. Peace out, y'all. Much love. DJ Da Truthh, KKA INSANE. Man, we gonna holler at y'all. For real.